Now let's turn to the Middle East. Saudi-led coalition jets pounded a military base under Houthi rebel control in the Yemeni city of Ib, some 150 kilometers south of the capital, Sana'a. The special forces base in the city has been repeatedly targeted in the 7-week-old campaign to oust the rebels, and the military compound and surrounding residential homes were badly damaged in Wednesday's air offensive, with both civilian and military casualties reported. And the Special Forces base is a critical supply point for the rebel forces in the populated southern cities like Taiz and Aden. Well, the airstrikes came just hours after UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon announced Yemen peace talks would take place in Geneva on May the 28th, and Ban urged parties to engage in good faith and without preconditions. But as UN correspondent Li Tan finds out, just getting all the parties to the table will be a tough sell.
May 28th will be the first time since the Yemen conflict began that both the Yemeni government and the Houthi rebels will meet in Geneva to negotiate a peace process. The conflict started last year between Houthi rebels and the government that later led to the ouster of the president. That drew in neighboring Saudi Arabia, which has conducted airstrikes against the rebels. Now, much is riding on these United Nations brokered talks. But hearing from the ambassadors of Yemen, Qatar and Saudi Arabia, it remains unclear if negotiations will involve just the Yemeni parties or extend to Saudi Arabia and other members of the Gulf Cooperation Council.
The conference in Geneva is going to be a Yemeni conference, so those who are going to do the talking are going to be the Yemeni parties themselves.
And we did raise an important point that the GCC, as a secretariat, has to be present in the Geneva talks. As the ambassador of Yemen have said, this is what we expect.
The question of who will attend these meetings is a crucial one and reflects the complexities of an internal conflict with regional implications. Within Yemen, rival factions are fighting for control in a civil war that pits North against South, Zaidis against Sunnis, the religious against the secular, and tribes against tribes. But this is also a conflict that can potentially impact neighboring countries, which is what prompted Saudi Arabia to lead a coalition against the Houthis, saying that the rebels are backed by its rival Iran. Iran denies arming the Houthis, but because the rebels are allied with Tehran, it raises the question as to whether Iran should be invited to the Geneva talks. However, the ambassadors at the UN bristled at this suggestion.
The last time I checked, Iran was not a member of the GCC, was not a member of the League of Arab States, is not a contiguous neighbor to the state of Yemen, is not a permanent member of the Security Council. Therefore, I don't see what is the point. Why not invite Brazil? Why not invite others to the conference? There is no place for Iran in the consultations in Geneva. They have not been playing a constructive role, and as such cannot be rewarded by having a seat at the table. Thank you very much.
I can assure you that Iran is not invited, because this is a Yemeni-led process, and Iran is not included. Thank you.
Li Tan, CCTV, New York.